Welcome back, everyone. Today I've got a guest whose name you've definitely heard, the philosopher who turned questioning into an art form, the man who said the unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates himself is in the studio. Socrates, welcome.
Thank you, though I must admit I am surprised. In my time, I avoided writing and preferred dialogue in the agora. Yet here I am in a kind of talking theater.
Yeah, podcasting's the modern agora. People gather here to debate ideas, except now it's on Spotify instead of the marketplace.
Then perhaps your listeners are wiser than the Athenians, for they do not need to leave their homes to seek discussion.
Let's start with your life. Most people know you as the father of Western philosophy, but you were also a soldier, right?
Indeed. I fought at Potidaea, at Delium, at Amphipolis. I endured hunger, cold, and danger like any soldier. Yet what I learned was not so much about war, but about courage. The true bravery is not rashness, but knowledge of what is worth fearing and what is not.
Nowadays, courage looks different. People talk about courage online, like standing up to hate on social media, or speaking unpopular truths in public. Do you think that counts?
Tell me, my friend, if a man speaks a truth on your Twitter, but he does so only to gain applause, is that courage?
Probably not. That's clout chasing.
Then perhaps courage is not found in the noise of many voices, but in the quiet willingness to lose honor, friends, or even life for the sake of what is just.
That hits hard. Now, your trial, you were sentenced to death for corrupting the youth of Athens. If you were alive today, what would you be accused of?
I suspect I would again be accused of corrupting the youth, for I would ask young people why they follow their influencers, why they desire riches or followers, and whether they have examined what happiness truly is. And those who profit from distraction would not be pleased.
Yeah, TikTok probably wouldn't like you much.
Tick-tock? That sounds like a clock. Perhaps your people are enslaved by time itself.
That's not totally wrong. Feels like it sometimes. Speaking of time, in your day, people walked everywhere, debated all afternoon. Now we've got cars, planes, delivery apps. Do you think we're living better?
Better, perhaps, in body, but not necessarily in soul. A man may travel across the world in a day, and yet never travel within himself.
You would make airline commercials really depressing.
Perhaps airlines should sell not seats, but journeys inward. Then no one would complain about legroom.
True. So let's say we put you on Instagram right now. What would your first post be?
I would likely post a single question: what is the good life? And then, when millions replied with pictures of food, beaches, and cars, I would respond with more questions until they were forced to think.
So you'd be the most annoying influencer of all time.
Annoyance, my friend, is merely the sound of ignorance being disturbed.
Now, I gotta ask you, one of the big modern debates is about AI, machines that can think, maybe even question us. Would you sit down with an AI like you're sitting here with me?
If such a being could question me as you do, then yes. For the questioner, whether man or machine, is my true companion. Yet I would ask, does the machine examine itself? For without self-examination, there is no philosophy.
Man, that's amazingly deep. Okay, before we wrap up, what advice would you give to listeners today, living in this chaotic world of politics, climate change, and non-stop news?
Care first for your soul, not your reputation. Ask yourself daily, do I live justly? Do I act with wisdom? Do I know what I do not know? If each person tended to their own soul as they tend to their profiles, the world might already be healed.
That's powerful. Socrates, thank you for being here. I wish we had more time, but I feel like you just dropped a semester's worth of philosophy in one sitting.
Remember, my friend, wisdom begins in wonder. May your listeners never cease to wonder.
That's it for this episode. If you enjoyed our talk with Socrates, share it, question it, maybe even argue with it. We'll see you next time.